everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call of February 3rd, Monday, 2020, 3 p.m. excuse me, Eastern. You know, a lot of people wonder what is an enlightened being. And it doesn't mean, I think people think that an enlightened being is someone that is better than them or more powerful than them or higher than them, but it's not at all that way. An enlightened being is a natural person, just like you and I. Yet they have become so intimately connected with nature that they have realized something extremely profound, that they know they are not separate from the universe on any level. Yet they live a living, breathing, divine expression of it. So the enlightened being has discovered the deepest intimacy with life. And this intimate connection is integrated in their everyday existence. It is coursing through their breath, the marrow of their bones. And this intimacy with existence is so powerful that there is not 1 ounce of fear left in the enlightened being. There is not 1 ounce of fear left in the enlightened being. Enlightened beings love and accept life as it is, seeing the world as a mirror and reflecting the thoughts they think. They understand that no one as separate from the divine multi-faceted reflection, or multi-faced reflection of their self showing up in billions of different disguises. They realize we are all unique individuals operating as one. This is a sacred understanding, and it is why an enlightened being has real compassion for every living thing in this world. On it, above it, below it. At the deepest level, the enlightened being has found a profound sense of active peace within all that is. It ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. They live in a constant state of acceptance of all the darkness and lightness found in life. They do not judge others, themselves, or this world. For they know that is just a limited, narrowed perspective to the truth of existence. They know they are an infinite soul on an eternal journey that has no boundaries on space or time. The enlightened being can live in this 3D world without attachment to this dualistic paradigm and feel connected with their eternal journey that has no boundaries on space nor time. They can exist wherever they choose to exist, since they know they are an infinite soul on an eternal journey. The enlightened being can live in this 3D world, 5D, 10D, 20D, 100D, without attachment to this dualistic paradigm and feel connected with their spiritual permanence. In this spiritual dimension is where they are free and feel the deepest love known to humankind. It is this connection with the divine within that causes them to accept all that is in life and totally enjoy the experience of being alive. The enlightened being is a highly sensitive, sensual person. They are so open, vulnerable, and present to the living pulse of the life force all around them. It is as if they never left their mother's womb. They are living in the sensual connection with life, in harmony. With every breath they inhale, it's as if they are the womb itself, receiving the heartbeat of new life, constantly nourishing life and being nourished by existence. The enlightened being has awakened from the dream. The dream. They have accepted the reality as it is. The self-imposed boundaries. Self-imposed boundaries. Mental walls and personal limitations which they created in the past are no longer entertaining games to play on the infinite field of life anymore. They can see that all thoughts and beliefs are illusory. They're illusionary. They are not real. Illusionary obstacles generated by the mind, and that the real truth is so big it cannot be contained by the mind. They know that they could spend lifetimes trying to overcome these obstacles to appease the ego and attain a new experience of growth. Yet they choose the path of total liberation from ego instead. Total liberation from ego instead. The ego of the enlightened being is no longer running the show anymore. There is a fake memory that is as tangible as their own shadow on the ground which is behind them, following the trace of the form wherever it may go. They know the soul is in charge, the heart-mind, and the guidance given by it is so clear it can be heard in the middle of the loudest rock concert. There is nothing that an enlightened being cannot understand, experience, or do. There is no mountain too challenging to summit on their inner world, and no desire they cannot manifest in their outer world. And enlightened beings, it is always living in alignment with the totality of their life. They've realized their true spiritual nature and have integrated this awareness into every step and breath they take. They've understood they are powerful because they are connected to the infinite existence. They are connected to all there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. They know the core beliefs and agreements they make with reality become the laws in which the universe instantly follow. The enlightened being understands the true nature of reality, and thus are choosing to live in complete harmony with everything that is. They see how they are synchronistically creating their lives from a blank canvas, and that everything is predestined on their journey. The meeting grounds between these two paradigms contributes to bringing such a deep, active peace inside. When someone meets with an enlightened being, I don't know if any of you have, maybe you have, a calming stillness remains with them throughout the day, an aura of active peace. Gratitude and joy for life continues wherever they are. You can feel the healing, calming energy immediately when an enlightened being enters a room. The deep, penetrating wisdom they convey takes the mind beyond anything you could ever find anywhere. You can know you've met with an enlightened being by the level of heart energy that they emanate. The love pouring out of the enlightened heart has no limitations on what it can love. It is in love with existence itself. And this love is reflected back in the intimate connection with every being they encounter. The true enlightened being is constantly loved by people because they recognize this love is inside everything and are sharing this understanding with everyone. There is a great humble presence this knowledge creates within themselves. The enlightened being has realized we are the source of love itself. An enlightened being is not in need of love. They are the internal radiance of consciousness everlasting. They experience this entire life as a loving devotion to God. And they see how love is constantly revealing itself in every person, thought, and thing in the universe. This is why an ordinary day for an enlightened being contains moment-to-moment extraordinary experiences. The realization that everything is God runs deep in their bones. This knowledge causes every movement, action, gesture that make radiate even more love to the world and into the world. And since they see love is all around them all the time, they are no defensive, possessive, or protective of anything. They feel such a closeness with the infinite light of love that that you can feel the warmth from their heart, and their eyes seem to shine and sparkle. An enlightened being realizes that everything and everyone in this world is here to awaken and enlighten you further on your path. They see every experience of life as their greatest teacher. They meet each experience that arises with curiosity, appreciation, and acceptance. This is what truly makes them into the master of their lives. The master of their lives. The enlightened being greets their inner demons with reverence, thanking them for their invitation to walk down the road into suffering again, knowing that energy is rich with nutrients for deeper healing and realizations. The enlightened being does not take themselves or life too seriously. They instead choose to play with the children rather than philosophize with the over-responsible adults. They'd rather skip lightly and freely down to the local store and the new liberating long road back home. The enlightened being walks their own path to greater liberation by helping others find the freedom within themselves. They become a living, breathing example for others to find the truth within. The enlightened being has entered the kingdom of God and has become this awesome, expansive, healing energy itself. They have stopped reacting out of fear, control, demand, or the ego's constant need. What interests then more is effortlessly responding to everything and everyone with an authentic, conscious, heartfelt presence. Believe it or not, the enlightened state is your most natural state of being. The reason you may not experience this is because the mind has simply gotten in the way. It has formulated a set of beliefs about who you are and who you are not. These beliefs block this enlightened experience from coming through. Enlightenment is as natural to life as breathing. The inhalation and exhalation of your breath just happens to you. You don't have to do anything for breathing to occur. The body is naturally in it, and it's not just breathing for you, it is breathing you. You are the very life force movement itself. There can never, ever be a separation from this life force at any time. It takes a very relaxed, quiet mind to understand this and truly feel how the breath moving through you has a life of its own. This is just like the enlightened state of being. It is self-sustaining and self-generating, just like the sun. there is nothing that can stop it or snuff it out. By simply bringing your attention to it, you realize it is already here now. It is much easier in a mind that is beyond fear. Yeah, it's like make it a priority to water the new sprouts you are growing within. Use your time wisely. Honor your true infinite nature. And know that you are an eternal being without boundaries. Let yourself fall in love with this all-powerful divine being you already are. Keep the mind quiet. Relax the body as much as possible. When the mind is truly calm, quiet, and at active peace with what is, you can effortlessly slip into this blissful, sweet, enlightened state. It is much easier to do in a mind that is beyond fear. Make a personal, special, sacred time just for yourself every day to go deeper inside in your exploration of finding peace with what is. The more often you water and feed this little sprout within yourself, the easier it is for the enlightened state to take over your life. A clear, simple understanding of what is an enlightened being. And you understand that the very existence of fear on this planet is meant to make sure that each and every one of us never become enlightened. Okay? And actually, it's not becoming enlightened, it's knowing really, truly who and what you are. This is part of the deep journey within us that we all choose to take and make, and the first step in front of the other until we're fully engulfed and immersed in the journey within. Anything that any of us see that would bring fear, you move yourself out of the fear. It no longer has an effect on you. You understand where it comes from, how it's generated. You understand these things. And therefore, it never can take hold. If you look upon this planet, and you look around you every day, and you see, hear, all you usually will hear is fear. And wherever fear is generated, it is not a place you choose to be. And, there are unfortunate ones who try to assist the civilization, but they themselves are engulfed in fear and spreading fear to the civilization. So our natural state of being is an enlightened being. Doesn't it make sense that you are the kingdom of God within you? You're the God mind, the God heart. We're all parts of the one. We're individual, but we're still part of the one. And, it's really interesting how people at times viewed even Buddha, Siddhartha, an awakened being. They've been, discrediting and, trying to reevaluate who and what he was. And unless you become a Buddha, which means an awakened being, you have not lived at all, because you will not know the great poetry of life, the great music of existence, Osho. It is all within. And as we travel within, we view things very differently. And as I stated, the ego mind, the ego, is no longer front and center. And you fluidly move through this life with exuberation, excitement, happiness, joys, active peace, not sleeping peace, active peace. And you just enjoy everything, all things, and watch what happens. And the mind becomes quiet and still. And you begin to finally experience your true natural state of being, enlightened. You view all life as the highest value in the universes, in all existence. Because we are part of all the life. Why would we degrade the life that we are part of, that flows through us as well as all things? And all that has been harassing the civilization for millions of years, all the different civilizations in this planet, has been fear. Now, we all know what it's like to experience fear. None of us are exempt from it. We've all experienced it more than once in many different ways. You know, fear of failure, fear of wealth, fear of love, fear of happiness, fear of joy, fear of being, fear of living, fear of dying. You see how many fears the ego mind creates for us? And the only thing that happens, that reason, as I have said, the reason we are not in our natural state of an enlightened being is because our mind stops us. And with the ego attached to the mind, ruling over the heart mind, we will incessantly gravitate to fear-based existence, which then in turn literally feeds the low dark matter frequencies. What happens when there is no fear? What do you think happens when there is no fear? Nothing on this planet will be anything where it is now. That's when I talk about the God planet. The great music of existence, the great poetry of life, in celebration every split second. So guess what? It's each and every one of our choices to lovingly release all vestiges of fear. Some may say that's impossible. Others may say, I can do that. It just depends on how you view who and what you are. Do you care to be an enlightened being? Do you wish for the mind, the ego mind, to step aside so that you can finally and truly experience that which you are? That you celebrate this life, this existence, with exuberation, with happiness, with joy, over and over and over again? This meditation is natural state of being. So if you will, go to a place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I'm sure most of you or all of us are. And the first thing that we want to do is relax our bodies. And the best way to do that is that not to listen to the ego mind and to flow with your own physical vessel, and to understand that you choose how your body is going to be. You, only you, no one else. You determine how your body's going to be. You determine and choose whether it's going to be relaxed, whether it's going to be on edge, whether it's going to be at stress, whether it's going to be angry, irritated, frustrated, or whether it's going to be loving, caring, gentle, kind, blissful, joyful, in active peace. It's up to you, each and every one of us. So you relax the body. You choose to relax your body. You just let everything go. Let everything go. Surrender it all. Everything. It's not like you're going to lose anything. It's not the point. The point is that you let go. Everything. All of it. And sometimes we must practice this all the time. Letting it go. And we are not creating a reality of lack of. We're creating a reality of abundance by doing this. See? How can you fill a room that is already full? How can you fill a house that is already full to the rafters? You must remove some of that to allow new energy, new flow to enter. If you keep packing it away and never letting any of it go, how are you going to have any new flow? You can't. You will be miscombobulated. The body will be in stress and fear, anguish and sorrow and depression. So you surrender it all. And the body relaxes. You within the body. You move into active peace, stillness of mind. Ego steps aside. You move into an enlightened being of that which you are already. Now, as you relax the body, we want to move into the now. And the now is really all we have. The now contains the past, the present, and the future. Now, a lot of us choose to go into the past, into the baggage room of our subconscious mind, where we hold all of our memories, and then we pull them with us. We roll them into our future to create our future. And interestingly enough, isn't it that if we don't experience life, then how can life be a variety? So in the now, we stay in the now, in the moment. We don't wander into the future, wonder what's going to happen in the future, because we're creating our future right in the now. Right in this very moment, each of us are creating our futures. And as we relax the body and we release and surrender, and we move into the now, we want to breathe. And as I've said in this meditation, it is absolutely paramount of our breath, our breathing. So we breath in through the nose and we breath out through the mouth. We take in a really nice inhale through the nose. We hold it. We sustain it for a very short period of time, about 3 seconds. The vibrational frequency that takes up to 3 seconds is I am light, I am love, I am. I am light, I am love, I am. I am light, I am love, I am. And then you exhale, real nicely exhale through the mouth. Feel every moment of the breath as you take it in and as you release it. You take it in and you surrender it as you exhale. Now, you want to do this at least 6 times while I'm talking. As we breath in through the nose, and we take that real nice, healthy inhale, we are taking in divine positive energy. Divine positive energy is a collective consciousness of this planet Earth, Gaia. It is the collective consciousness of all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. We are all interlinked. We are all connected. Doesn't matter what our humanoid form or whatever form we inhabit is, or how we appear. We are all individuals in different civilizations, but yet we are all one. And that's one of the main problems of this planet, that the civilization is so splintered and so involved in the material existence of the 3D existence that they're splintered and stressed and pulled apart, that they do not work as one, in harmony, in active peace. So the divine positive energy comes in through the collective consciousness. It comes in through source creation and into the God, the kingdom of God within us. And then it moves through the heart mind, not the ego mind. And it's a harmony, it's a frequency that floods us and saturates us. And it communicates in this feeling, this knowing that we receive it, is that our natural state of being is enlightened. We are enlightened beings. We don't have to become them. We are them. So once we discover this, we then literally move the ego mind, the mind, aside, and it no longer blocks us from really embracing truly of that which we are, of which is an enlightened being. We celebrate everything with joy and bliss. We don't identify fear because it no longer is. We immerse ourselves in the true, deep, eternal love and gratitude that we are. We are happy and blissful, kind, gentle, peaceful, always in celebration. We celebrate everybody's life, everything's existence, always. We are in joy, in love, in bliss, always. It's your choice to embrace that which you are. Truly an enlightened being. Now, as we breath out, we're breathing out the same obstacles that we literally exist with as we choose, whether consciously or subconsciously or unconsciously, to exist with and be of. And these are the things that the ego mind, the mind with the ego with the mind, stop us, stand in front of us. And it pulls us into fear. It pulls us into anxiety, worry, stress, anger, revenge, manipulation, all of it. But we have a choice. Which one will we choose forever? Now, we are the master and commander through the heart, mind, and the kingdom of God. Through the enlightened beings, which is our natural state of being. So we form together. And we have many with us who also are enlightened beings, who also have challenges with fear, with ego, mind. We have the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes. They vibrate at a different frequency than we do. But as we have moved into 5D, many of us, we will begin to see more and more of their existence. There are trillions of them. Cherubim, seraphim, archetypes, all of them. They're a different civilization. They vibrate, as we know, at a different frequency. Our frequency continues to increase due to our choosing. Due to our choosing only. They've been with us since the beginning. Their frequency is high, as ours is in this moment. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest love. And from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest love and gratitudes. They are in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind. They are in gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness. They are in joy, bliss, active peace, tranquility, and benevolence. And they come in the trillions, arm in arm, hand in hand. They join us in this now, in this circle of light, in this meditation. Their gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. And we are all one, and we are all love, and our God-light energy is absolutely everywhere. We call upon all the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, and beneath earth. These are many civilizations. And only those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and gratitudes can join us in this meditation and this now in this circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind. Gentle, kind, generous, humble, blissful, joyful, and active peace. Tranquility, benevolence, and they come in the billions. Arm in arm, hand in hand, they join us in this now, in this circle of light, in this meditation. Their gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. And we are all one. And we are all love. And our God-light energy is absolutely everywhere. We call upon the galactics, the off-worlders. All of these civilizations, there are many, just to name a few, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, the Pleiadians, the Syrians, many, many, many more. And only those who are of the highest vibrational frequency, of the highest, deepest, eternal love, from the highest, deepest, eternal love and deepest gratitudes, can join us in this meditation, this now, in this circle of light. They're in full compassion and non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, generous, kind, gentle, humble, joyful, blissful, active peace, tranquility, benevolence. They have been assisting us in our evolution, in our enlightenment, in our ascension, in our freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and slavery. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand. They join us in this now, in this circle of light, in this meditation. Their gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. And we are all one. And we are all love. And our God-light energy is absolutely everywhere. We call upon our loved ones, all of those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we have inhabited. Only those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love can join us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of life. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentle, kind, generous and humble, bliss, joy, active peace. Benevolent and tranquil. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand. They join us in this now, in this circle of light, in this meditation. Their gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, and we are all one. And we are all love. And our God light energy is absolutely everywhere. We call upon all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, beyond, forever and ever. And they have determined to be here in this now, in this meditation, on, in, above, and below this planet Earth, Gaia, in this circle of light. The fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, the Pegasus, the unicorn, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the centaur, the minotaur, and many, many, many more. And all of them have to be at the highest of deepest eternal love from the highest, deepest eternal love and the highest of deepest gratitudes to be in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of light. And they are all in full compassion. They are all in non-judgment. They are all in non-ego. They are all in non-negativity. They are all in stillness of mind. They are all in gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, active peace. Benevolence and tranquility. And they come in the trillions. Shapes, sizes, forms, configurations, and colors of which we have never seen. Arm in arm, hand in hand, they join us in this now, in this circle of light, in this meditation. Their gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, and we are all one. And we are all love. And our God light energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. Lifting the very fabric of creation, intensifying and accelerating the highest of deepest eternal love and the highest of deepest gratitudes throughout the sacredness of all space, in all of the cosmic configurations, in all that there is. Ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. We look up, we see our meditative sphere. It's at center circle. We created this sphere. It holds all of our meditations in perpetual motion. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. They don't fade, they don't go away, they're in perpetual motion. The intensity and the power is immeasurable. This sphere can be seen, heard, and felt, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. You can feel it as it floods your physical body, inside and out, head to toe. You're etheric. All of you. You're God. All of you. It evaporates all of the illusions that you have been tricked into, all of the illusions of fear, anxiety, anger, it melts away. You see your mind ego step aside. You begin to feel the natural state of being of enlightenment, of being an enlightened being. You begin to feel the bliss, the joy, the active peace, the harmony. You also do no longer feel fear. It melts away. You feel and experience the exuberation of life, the celebration of all life, all things. Every step you celebrate. Every view of everything you celebrate. Every one of us is celebrated. Always. Deeply. Joyfully. Blissfully. We look down upon this planet, we see all life, all of our brothers and sisters, everything in, on, above and below this planet Earth Gaia. And we embrace it all. We celebrate everything. We celebrate the love that we are. We celebrate the happiness, the joy, the bliss that we are. We celebrate the peace, the active peace that we are. We celebrate the benevolence and tranquility that we are. A deep celebration, an ease, a softness, a power, a confidence. We are all enlightened beings, and it is our choice to be in this natural state of being now. I join you in the meditation, return to close us out. understanding with you. Also be aware is that when I mentioned fear, it is to make sure that we do not fear fear. It has no connotation towards instilling fear. There are many out there, out of the millions listening to this meditation, that must be aware of its construct in order to be able to free themselves of it. So take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, into the following morning. It is all about how we choose and what we choose. But it is much more powerful to be able to choose when we know who and what we are. We'll be back here February 4th, 2020, 3 p.m. Eastern.